Alright, we'll try this again. Go. Alright, hello everyone, welcome to Mock Duck Plays Games on Facebook and YouTube. I've got a special live broadcast. I decided to just sort of randomly go live here today for a specific reason. And that reason is that there's a new bundle on a web store called Itch.io. Itch.io is a little bit like, say, Steam or Epic or GOG, that kind of thing. But they really tend to focus on a lot of smaller indie games. Like some of them we're going to be seeing here tonight. And they have a bundle that's live right now, which is a fundraiser for Ukraine. And you can find out more about it on Itch.io, which is itch.io. And for a mere $10, I'm not kidding you here, for a mere $10, you get games that, were you to buy them individually in the store, would cost you approximately $6,500. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. And we're going to check out some of them. This is a really good opportunity, I think, for people looking to get just a whole ton of games for their VCS to check out. Because, let's be honest, the VCS, while it is really cool in PC mode, it does have some somewhat limited capabilities. I could even really show some of that at the very end of the show if I want to. But a lot of higher end games just don't run very well on it. It has to do with the kind of computer it is, which is a lower end computer, not incapable, but just a little bit lower in quality than like your $1,200 PC, right? But it does do a lot, and we're going to show a whole bunch of really cool games that you can play for it tonight. So, thought I'd tell you about it in case you wanted to check it out. For at least $10, you get hundreds. You get 34 pages of games for your PC, and we're going to be running them on an Atari VCS here tonight. This first one, I actually forgot the name of. Cloud Gardens, yep, is one I just thought seemed like it might be kind of interesting, so I thought we'd check it out. Hopefully we're hearing the audio as well as I am. Okay, well clearly this is a target thing, so... Let's see what happens if we put this on. Alright. And this is some kind of wheel-like object, I think. Oh, and I can... There's a next scene button I am hitting that's behind the camera. Land on the front. Okay. It says, oh, 8%, you know, maybe, well, I could move the camera, but unfortunately, so my main computer is being used for XSplit. And I've got the VCS here, but it's at a different desk. So I need to get a wireless mouse for it or something. Trying to really use that. Put that one up here. Sorry, Crow. Grab that, and I will put it right near plants. Place objects here. Okay. Well, let's do that then. Here. Oh, there's a whole bunch? What? Okay. just not to get the other side here, too. Alright. That's cool. One more here, and then we'll probably move on to it. Alright, well that's cool. Alright, let's see. Anything further? Oh, I should mention I do have the modern controller hooked up. I suppose I could give it a shot. I don't actually expect the modern controller or any game controller to work with most of these games. But we can give it a shot. Alright, the next one I wanted to check out is one that is actually super hot. It's called Superhot. And so far, it seems to be running just fine on my computer. So, that is cool. Let's give it a shot, see if it works. That's not good. Oh, nope, side. Trying to run it twice. Okay. We'll just do it correctly this time and I will be more patient. I did have it loading earlier. Yeah, here we go. Okay. No, don't look at the joystick. That's fine. Yeah, so that's the conceit of Superhot. Time only moves when you move. And you need to try to take care of things. Oh no! Probably shouldn't throw them. Ah! Oh no! Superhot is a cool game. There's actually a VR version of this as well. Okay. Oh no! I didn't aim very well. Yeah!
Super hot. Super hot. Super hot. Super.
Okay. Uh-oh. So even sideways movement counts? I always heard this game was pretty unusual. Uh-oh. Can I crouch? How do I crouch? Guess I need to add more buttons. Ah! Okay. Oh, dude. Oh, okay. Whoa.
Super hot. Super hot. Super hot. Super hot. Super
Okay.
hot. Super hot. Super.
Alright, well, I think we get the hang of this one. This is a cool game, though. And as you can see, running great. I've played this game, not in VR, but I've played this game before, and yeah, it's running just fine. So, that's cool. Alright, let's check out one of the others. Anyway, Superhot is one of the biggest games in the bundle. One of the other biggest games in the bundle, unfortunately, I've not been able to get running so far. And that is this one, Skatebird. I'll show you kind of what it's doing here. Skatebird does not seem like it would be that demanding a game, but there must be something going on with its physics engine, or maybe because it's in Unity, or something going on with it. And you can see it just won't load. It just kind of sits here and doesn't do anything. So, which is a bummer because Skatebird is a really cute little. Think Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, but with a little bird, and you got Skatebird. It's cool. Well, it's getting a screen, but see, this is where it hung up last time. God, before this is good news. Maybe that restart or whatever did it. This is exciting. Ooh, well, let me show you Skatebird then. This is honestly worth $10 alone on this one. Up and down is W and S. All right. I got farther than I've ever gotten. Oh. Yep. Anyway, dumped to desktop. Unfortunately, Skatebird I haven't been able to get working, so we'll move on. We will move on to this really cool indie one called Night Call. There's 34 pages of games, hundreds of games. I can't remember what the exact number is, but just a huge number of games. And a whole bunch of them are also like tabletop games. There's some card games in there and all that sort of thing as well. But there's tons of really good PC games. So this is loading. Well, this one I had loading fine earlier. So maybe I'll just give the computer a little reboot, because I can do that live on stream, because I'm streaming from a different computer. So maybe I'll just give it a little bit of time to load. Cool. I don't think the content warning should be too bad, especially just at the very start here, but I guess I should maybe issue that. It did give me a screen here, so if you do have a kid in the room, maybe mute the sound. So, but I don't think it'll be too bad at the start. Maybe just a few people talk about what's happening to them, and some of them have had a rough night. So. There are a lot of kind of narrative games and story games in this bundle as well. But not entirely. Like I said, there's also tabletop games. There's a large number. They're asking a minimum donation of $10. All the money goes to Ukraine. You can find out more about it at itch.io, which is itch.io. And, yeah, there's just a lot of really cool games here that are running fine on the VCS. I know we've had a few problems here, but for the most part, everything's been running great on this bundle, and there's hundreds of games to choose from. You can donate more than $10, and obviously the more you donate, the more you're helping the people of Ukraine. So, that's a good thing. But I'm just, saying that you could do a minimum of $10, and that $10 will be going to help the people. Month later. Okay. It is really interesting. I'm gonna play this one on my own. I guess there's not much commentary to have other than clearly it's a story game with a cool graphical style. Probably fairly heavy subject matter, so I think I am going to quit it right now, just out of an abundance of caution. However, very, very cool. Alright, let's check out this one. Oh, this one is not a video game. This is an example of one of the weird things that they have in this bundle. Techstream 2. So, let's just say thank you for liking and... Oh, let me actually do it this way. Thank you for liking and subscribing to Mock Duck Plays Games or someone else. Okay. Untitled. What we'll call this. Oh, right. It's not saved to disk yet. And you've got a bunch of options here, like the, volumes of things. Show the intro, full screen, limit frames per second. You can do highlights, but that's just for this. Now I'm saving it, so now I can actually start naming it. Yes, save as. And then we're going to post it into... Yeah, we'll put it in B. Games, Ichio. I believe it's this one. Yeah, Techstream. MPG. So, now that we've got this going, we can have clear text. Oops. Oh no! Thank you for liking and subscribing to Mock Duck Plays Games or someone else. Control A works for it. And then you can change the text, right? So it can be like that. You can give it a rainbow text, which I actually have always personally enjoyed quite a bit. I like the hover thing. That's pretty cool. There we go. Okay, we'll actually shine. Ooh, that's not bad. Wavy. We'll keep it as wavy. And then you've got the ability to do like symbols and other things like that you can add if you want to. But the main thing is we're going to save it. And then we are going to go into this text file. And you can see it is just a text document. So it's got this in here. It'll read any text document you want to do. And all that sort of thing. It's just kind of a neat little text thing. It's goofy. It's kind of stupid, but it's also kind of cool. And it opens within this in a way that I think it's always been kind of cool. So, it's a neat little program, and a fun little thing to mess around with if you want to. But also a way to get symbols and stuff into a raw text document if you want to. And to kind of do some special things. Now, I had actually thought you could save some of the rainbow text in BB format, but I'm not seeing that right now. Maybe there's a different version of this, or maybe I have to do it from some other process that I haven't quite figured out yet. Let's just say, Mock Duck Plays Games. Contract selected. What is that? Expand select. Ooh. Oh, okay. That's cool. Anyway, neat little program that you get to mess around with if you want to. Part of this. Next one we're going to take a look at is a goofy little game. A really fun little game that I like. Yeah. Is the bundle worth it for you? Well, I mean... Oh, is Ichio trustable? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. They are absolutely a reputable group. I've purchased numerous bundles from Ichio over the years. They're really focused on the indie game developer and smaller game developer But yeah, no problems giving them your money. And honestly, you're just validating most likely through PayPal or something anyway, if you want to. But it's really cool, and there's lots of cool games here to check out. Also, welcome. I see there's actually a couple of people watching. That's really nice. Most of these games are available elsewhere as well. You don't need to get them through itch.io. But the reason I'm kind of showing some of this off tonight is because we are... I'm calling attention to a bundle which is raising money for Ukraine. So you can find out how it's raising money. But you can go there and it's only $10 and you get like a huge amount of games. It's like one of those mega bundles you see from Humble or something like that. And they have others available too through itch.io, which are also very nice. But Speed Dating for Ghosts, I know this is available on Steam, and it is what you think it is. You are speed dating with various ghosts. Nice to meet you, Fran. And based on your interactions of how your speed date goes, you continue hanging out with the ghosts. It's pretty cool. Anyway, that's what it is. So, this is a pretty cool little game, though. But we're going to be setting ourselves up for this, and I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit of the first conversation. So, we'll go to the Room of Palms. So then you go through a couple of different dates and all that. Yeah, so here's the thing is, like, these bundles, I've picked up the Humble and itch.ios like this a lot. And you don't even have to get to all the games. Honestly, especially if you donate just the minimum, you can donate more to raise more money, but it's like $10. You got hundreds of games. Play as many of them as you feel $10 worth, you know? Alright, we're gonna wrap this up and put a different game in. There are a couple more I was going to show off here, and then maybe I can take a look real quick at a few things, but let's see. Alright, so I've gone through that. We did Cloud Gardens. Oh, I don't think I've done this one yet. Tatum Batula is how I would pronounce it, although I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing it right. And you can, yeah, it's just itch.io. Well, I guess should take that seriously if there is anyone in the audience that does have a concern with that. This looks like an old game. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't know. Or maybe they just wanted to look at it. Oh, no, they just wanted to look at it. Okay. would assume WASD. Yep. Got a jump? No. Got a crouch? Not that I can see. It's easy. No. Alright. Run with shift. Let's see, can I go outside? Nope. Looks like E is our interact though, so let me try interacting with the little tree thing. Alright, well, maybe I'm just supposed to watch it grow or something. It wasn't interact button. Oh. I don't know. This is presumably for something, but I'm not seeing it yet. Walk, run, shift, inventory, tab, interact, E. Use, left mouse, okay. Let's see what I got for an inventory. Oh, that is my inventory. Okay. Well, I got a letter. That's what I'm supposed to do with that. This is all I'm supposed to do with it. Feels like I should be doing something with it, though. Like I'm trying to drag it. Alright, well, we'll check out some other things. What do we got? Oh, this one is another one. This is not, again, a game, but this is really cool. This is a huge amount of PNGs that you can use for your various game makers and that, should they ever become available, but also for perhaps stream graphics, YouTube graphics, things like that. There's a huge multi-platformer tile set is what they call. And so you can kind of see this, which is a tile set, you know, retro game tile set. And they've got desert. Ooh, that's cool. Just all sorts of neat kind of things that you can mess with for various assets. They can be used derivatively with no issues. And you can see they've got like dungeons, dungeon backgrounds. Just all sorts of cool assets that you can use in combination with like green screens and things like that as well. I love this tile set. I was pretty excited to see this in there, I have to say. And that looks familiar to some of us, doesn't it? A little bit. But you can see these kind of graphics are often, you know, used by indie game developers, and now we've got access to them through this. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wanted to call this out as well, and you can kind of mess with that a little bit. Was there anything else? Oh yeah, this one I was going to check out too. This one's pretty fun as well. At least it seemed to be when I was kind of messing with it a little bit earlier. I did notice that a few times Windows was like, run any... I don't know who this is. That's because you're just downloading the exe generally from that the game developer uploaded to itch.io. So sometimes Windows wants to make sure that you approve of it. So this will basically teach you how to pick locks. Kind of. It's pretty cool. I'm not quite sure what all these different things do. Ooh. Err. Err. Oh, really? Ooh, you can see through it. Okay, so we're going to be hacking in to try to get some gold bars. What does it say? L22. Oh, it'll just be... You can just get the answer. Okay, well, let's do it then. L22. I assume it's that one. R72. Then L87. I think I went too far. I did. Okay. How do I get this back? Let's try resetting this again. Just like high school. Oh. Well, I don't know. Anyway, I guess I could have read the tutorial about how to do it. Tutorial. Introduction. Oh. Wow. So it's basically going to teach you all sorts of things about locks. And you have to actually, I guess, do it. So I assume this is moving then if I'm turning it. Okay. Three full turns left and keep going to the first number? How are you supposed to know that? Okay. That's fine. 1, 2. And I need to stop at 50. Alright, 2 full turns right, and then going to R61. So, ran. 60. Then 1 full turn left and keep going to the full number, which is 60 down to 34. Okay. Turning right from here should unlock the mechanism in around one more turn. You can be sure the correct combination has been entered. If you can't, turn the dial any further to the right. I didn't unlock a mechanism. Alright, well, fine. I guess I'm not going to be a professional safe cracker. Nonetheless, you can see this is a pretty cool little game. That's part of this bundle. What should I guess I'll try Skatebird one more time. Just see if we can get some luck here. Like I said, unfortunately, I've had a problem where it's been crashing to desktop. Like an unfortunate number of games sometimes have been. I've been having the same problem with, like, Rocket League, for example. I just can't get Rocket League to run on the VCS, and I would think I would be able to. It seems well within its specs. No, unfortunately, it's going to crash out again. Yep, and it's going to crash out. Oh, it's actually locked things up. Oh no! It hard crashed. Yeah. Oh no, it just... That's good. Okay, well, there we are. So I guess before I sort of maybe move on to whatever I want to just do to wrap up the evening for funsies, uh, I will show you that quick Itch.io bundle, and you can take a look at it for yourself. Just going through the list here. No on Rocket League, yes on Late Shift, yes on Black Island, no on Brick Rigs, yes, thankfully, on Space Invaders Extreme, yes on Stella, and it works fantastically. No on these three, unfortunately. And then pretty much the rest have all been running in some shape or form. But I need to try rebooting. Oh no, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so this bundle for Ukraine. We've got 9 days, 2 hours, 21 minutes as of the time of this live stream to do it. And 992 items for $10. And I can just show you real quick. Oh, here we go. This will be a little bit better. I think it should. Yeah, okay. And you can take a look at just all the different games. It goes to International Medical Corps, Voices for Children. Over 700 creators joining in for this bundle. No Steam or other external keys will be given for bundle purchases. Only direct downloads available through the Itch.io page. That's fine. Oh, Baba Is You. A Short Hike is another good one. 2064 Read-Only Memories is fantastic. Bury Me, My Love is one of the saddest games you'll ever play, but it's very, very good. Minutes, cool. Celeste is huge. Hey, you know what? I'm actually going to try downloading that. We'll try downloading that right live on the stream if I can. Search for Celeste. No. How do I just download it? Okay. There we go. All right. So from here, I can search for Celeste. That should be good. Download it. Give it a second to download. I would love to see Celeste working on the VCS. That'd be cool. It's a real neat game. Well, while it's downloading, let me show you Stella. Yeah, we'll use a quick play some Stella games here. See if I can, I think I need to repair my classic real quick. But we'll see. Yeah, I gotta repair this thing. I have found that I frequently have to remove the device and repair it quick in order to get the classic controller to show up. Although this one just, as you see, it just showed up. That's cool. But then it wasn't working, so great. Alright. But it usually pairs just fine, so that's why I've tended to just sort of let it quick go into pair mode sometimes rather than just turn it on and pair it every time. Yeah, see, I do need to get about it and put it into a new pairing mode. I don't know why this is. Hopefully it's something that can get fixed. Now we're in pairing mode. Yeah. Most of the time it'll just pop real quick. Just boom boom. And there you go. And then we're back in Stella here. Yeah. Cool. Oh, sorry, it's because it's still setting up. Alright, but let me show you how this is wireless here. And you can see Breakout is just working, which is fantastic. I made a mistake, though, last time I was playing this, and I made it great for Stella, where all I need to do to start is hit the Atari button. But the unfortunate problem with that is that I noticed that the setting carried over into the Atari OS mode. And the reason that mattered is because when I went to go play Centipede Recharged, it wouldn't load correctly. And the reason for that is because I had remapped like the Atari button to something else and it didn't quite understand it. And so I had to go out and clear that setting, in which case then it was fine. But I've got it set up here now again in PC mode, so I guess I'm not quite sure what the deal is with that. I'll have to do a little more investigation to see if I can repro it. But the ultimate issue I'd encountered, though, would be that I was able to customize my settings in Stella, great, but it seems to have adjusted the classic joystick default settings for the Atari OS as well. So I'm assuming that maybe whatever information it's sharing is happening in both places, right? Which is, I guess, cool, but at the same time, I will, like in this case, I want to be able to start the game hitting the Atari button and going back to the menu by using the back button, rather than having to use a mouse and controller in order to do this. So it's really cool, but then, of course, it's less cool when you get into, the Atari OS mode. And all of a sudden, everything's not working. And you can see it works great for joystick. I have found the VCS is great for Stella, and the fact that it really has just worked for me. In Stella, both with the classic and Bluetooth modern. That's pretty fun. But one issue I had, as we just discussed, was not just an Atari issue. I have that problem with my dual senses and stuff as well. But it is a problem. It causes difficulties, and it basically means every time you swap between PC and Atari, not every time, but frequently. Atari games is nice because then you've got everything that Atari can't release that Celeste most certainly is wrong. Including the horrific adult colors, but lots of cool stuff. And Stella, is so well supported as an emulator. It's just great. What a joy. I don't know if it was always working in Stella. I seem to recall when I first got my VCS it was not but working great now, so that's awesome. Could be they have to update the drive. So this is the latest version. This is also the reason I see how the game works. Justin Timberlake was hot off the charts, let's put it that way. So it works. It just works. Although now that I want to hook up a glass controller, I wish I had it. All right. Well, anyway, this is cool though. Stella, as you can see, just works. Let me give this a quick refresh. Yes. Well, let's see. Oh, couldn't download. Network issue. Oh, give it a shot. Look at home. No permissions. Well, I'm giving you stupid permissions, you stupid thing. I give you permissions. How do I give you permissions? Okay. Open when done. Show in folder. Okay. Not quite sure. I'm not going to be able to do this one. I don't really want to go, does it? Well, then I'll just download it later once I give the PC mode a quick reboot. Why don't we wrap up the night? I've got a little time here that I can kill. I'm just going to shut down PC mode, and let's wrap things up in Atari OS just a little bit, huh? Anyway, so that was something worth checking out. It's on itch.io, itch.io for a little over $10. You can get hundreds of games, generally small indie games, but there are a few notable exceptions. A few of which I have been able to get working. In particular, Superhot is pretty super hot. Celeste, which once I get this kind of download issue resolved, I'm sure I'll be able to download it. That'll be a really cool one. Baba Is You is another really good one, and a whole bunch of just really cool indie games in that package for Ukraine. If I would also, if you're feeling particularly generous, I happen to know there is also a fundraiser on itch.io for trans kids in Texas in particular. A few kind of legal defense funds and things like that that need a little help down there. If you feel inclined to support them, you can also find a really cool bundle there. Now, that is less video games, though, and more tabletop games, as I understand it. But there's a lot of really cool things in that as well. So maybe something to consider if you are feeling generous. But at the very least, itch.io has got this bundle for Ukraine, and it's kind of an incredible deal. And I think once you start scrolling through the pages, you'll be like, holy crud. There's so many things that I could download for the VCS. See what I'm gonna need to repair this thing again. It doesn't like switching between PC mode and VCS mode, unfortunately. I find myself needing to pretty much repair it every time. I know I'm not alone in that. Thankfully, though, repairing isn't that big of a deal, because you just hold the button down for a few seconds, and it generally works pretty good after that. I do have a keyboard I could just use as well, but... So. Alright, while this is pairing up, I need to kill the screen real quick so I can sign in. Give me a second. Alright. Let me get signed in, and then I can get the screen back up. I'm excited. I think we are right on the cusp of getting this Atari OS system update. I assume that's not here now, but I will take a look real quick in the system menu. I'm not going to display it because it does, I believe, list my email address. But let me check system updates. Check for updates. I am up to date. Okay. The BIOS is also up to date. Okay. Nothing there. And real quick. Alright, we are good. Let me go get the screen back. Groovy. Well, as long as I've got the classic. Let's well, actually, I can show you exactly what I'm talking about with Centipede Recharge. I don't think it's fixed yet. So remember, I paired this up so that I could use it in Stella to have the Atari OS button be the in F2 button, essentially, for reset in Stella, and then I've got the back button being the back to go from the game back to the game select menu in the Stella. But you can see here, when you try to play something like Centipede, it doesn't know what to do all of a sudden, because it can't load that A for some reason because it's running into some kind of settings issue. And the way you'll notice this, let's see if the modern pairs. But as soon as the modern paired, then that A button showed up, and I was able to use that controller last time. But it caused me some problems. So I don't know. And yeah, this one needs to be repaired. But yeah, so I actually need to reset the settings, I think, for Stella back to the default so that it doesn't mess up Atari OS, which is a little weird. Now, what's weird also about it, though, is the Atari button still does function. You know, in the rest of the system, as far as I can tell, it doesn't really impact anything. But there you are. What a weird bug, huh? I love Asteroids Recharged here, and that is not to say I am good at Asteroids Recharged, but I love the classic controller for this game. It's absolutely perfect. They nailed it. They nailed it so well. I can't hear the game audio, but it's too loud. But that's okay. This particular paddle controller, as you can see, is working just fine, but it doesn't sound. And I don't know if I can, maybe I'll hold that up to a mic when I don't have a game going. But this classic, I'm going to take it apart on video. I'm actually going to record a whole bunch of video, get it kind of planned out and done, and expose the inside of the classic controller. In a YouTube video, so that, you know, tinkers and people trying to take it apart can, let's be real, learn from my mistakes. But at the same time, we can get some information out there about what happens if you need to take your controller apart. And at the same time, maybe I'll be able to get a better sense of what might be busted with this controller. And actually, this controller is the very first controller I got. When I got my collector's edition, they were separate. I did not get the all-in bundle because initially I did not get a modern controller. I picked up the $320 version, which had the classic and the VCS. And I don't regret that, actually. I think it was a fantastic purchase. And they came separate. But this is that classic. So this classic was delivered to me on December, something like that. So it's one of the earlier classic controllers that, as far as I'm aware, was out in the wild. And that might be an indicator of whether or not there was any variation in design or build, materials, what have you, between a newer classic joystick and one of the original first-run classics. They were just trying to get everything out the door, right? There's rumors that there was a little bit of difference, and so I'll be actually kind of curious to see if we can prove and or disprove that, because I'd be willing to check, because I have 3 classic controllers now, including one that I just picked up from Best Buy last week. So it's a pretty good chance that I will be able to compare, say, a new release classic to a original release classic, and that is pretty exciting. And so I'm going to very carefully, I'm not going to talk over it, I'm just going to record the video, and then I'll produce the video later. So it's going to take some work, but I'm going to make a nice kind of unraveling video for the classic controller, taking a look at the bug, see if I can figure out why it's making a kind of a weird crackling sound, almost mechanical kind of issue with this classic, although as you can see it's not affecting gameplay at all. But it doesn't sound right, and it's floppier than it should be. So we're going to take a look at that and see what we can figure out. good opportunity. Good opportunity to open up one of these. Now, I know I'm not the first person to do it. I have seen exactly one other video of someone taking apart a classic controller, and I believe that was... Oh gosh, I wish I'd written the name down before I bumped my... Something. Okay. I don't remember what their name was, unfortunately. But I think it'll come up in an Atari VCS YouTube search. Essentially, that YouTube search was Atari VCS or something like that. They did a video very early on, a very excellent video early on. Review test, I don't know, of the controller as part of their take apart of the VCS Classic. It's at like the 24-minute mark, and I was looking at that before I did it myself to try to see what information was already out there about the Classic controller. And what I learned is that, as far as I can tell, that's it. That one, albeit excellent, video is the only one out there, and it's about 24 minutes into a wider teardown of the VCS itself. So instead, what I'm going to be doing is making a specific video about taking apart a classic controller, using this early days classic as an example. And I've got, like, say, a USB microscope that I can use for some circuit board looks, and some decent video stuff that I should be able to get together. And so I'm kind of looking forward to doing that. But that's going to be this controller. Now that I've got the OS, I'm at the OS level. Let's see if you can hear it. So it turns fine. See when you kind of move around? You hear that kind of? It doesn't sound like the other classics, like this one, for example. This is, I believe, the newest. Now we're going to move that. See how it doesn't sound the same? Compared to... See that? See how it's kind of falling apart? It's fine. It's not falling apart. I mean, it actually functions just fine, but there's something weird going on, and I suspect a little ribbon cable's tied up in something, or maybe some cracked plastic or something. We're going to check that out and see what's up. So that's one of the videos I'll be doing here in the near future, and then the other video I am currently in the early production of is the Super Huey for the Atari 7800, which is an interesting game with an interesting history, like many of the 7800 games, and I'm looking forward to putting together a review on it. That kind of game is not really my forte, and I'm gonna, I think, just have to be fairly upfront about that in the video review. These kind of semi-war games, although this particular one isn't exactly that, although it has a flight training mode that's pretty hard to figure out. But regardless, you know, a lot of these games that I have not yet reviewed are a little bit more in the realm of war game sims, and I never really got the hang of those very well, nor had any particular interest in them. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, I think, for me to make these videos on it, because I just don't really have... It's going to be I don't have the knowledge of it. So I'm going to be kind of educating myself while I'm doing preparatory work for the video. Which is always interesting. That said, grinding through a whole bunch of old PC-era war games, it's gonna be a challenge for the uninitiated, shall we say? So. Nice and responsive the controller is. I really am loving the classic controller on the VCS and in PC and on the PC. Although Twist does not function in general very well on the PC outside of Stella, which is thankfully like the biggest thing I wanted to have working with it. So that's cool. Would be nice though if it would work in Steam, for example, for the Atari Vault, if nothing else. Well, let me take a look quick at my high scores then. You can see right now my current high score is 8120. Not too particularly awesome, but it's about the best I can do apparently in this game. We'll see. We'll see though. It took me a while to get the hang of Centipede, and then when I did, I racked up a 97,000 point score, which is on my other VCS. So there we are. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up the show here. Yeah, Super Huey 7800. This is the one I'll be taking a look at next, and looking forward to making a video on this one here.